Hi, I'm Melissa Murray. For week 1 in health and wellness promotion throughout the lifespan, we learned about the 7 different dimensions of wellness and took a wellness assessment to see where our strengths and weaknesses are. Wellness isn't focused solely on our physical health, such as treating a disease that you may have. It's a process based on balancing the mind, body, and spirit with one another in order to prevent disease. There are 7 dimensions to wellness that require our attention. They are spiritual, social, physical, emotional, intellectual, occupational, and environmental. For the wellness assessment, I had an overall score of 80. It showed my weakest areas are physical, nutritional, and stress control. This would mean that my physical and emotional health would be my weaker areas. I also feel that while I scored high on the assessment area in environmental health, that I actually need to improve it. It's actually pretty surprising that I scored so high there. I moved to my new home only a month ago, and although a lot of my stress dissipated with the move, a lot more was brought about as I began to seriously focus on promoting my horse-related business. This also means that my wellness consulting, which I had just barely started before we moved, has to take a back seat for the time being. I know how much stress I can handle at one time, and promoting 2 fairly new businesses at one time would lead me to having an anxiety-related breakdown pretty quickly. So I've been down that road in my life before, and I've learned from it, which is why I'm taking things one at a time right now. Like I said earlier, my environmental wellness can definitely be improved on. I finally have a recycling bin that I've started to utilize daily. I also have been trying to be more mindful about leaving unnecessary lights on and shutting off the water when it doesn't absolutely need to be running. My boyfriend and I have also planned out ways to make the barns more energy efficient. We want to install solar panels on the roof of each barn to power the lights at night for us, hopefully. We also already have solar panels for the electric fencing wire that runs around the perimeter of each paddock that the horses go outside in. My physical health can always use improvement. Since I got injured back in 2010, I've had many setbacks as far as my physical health goes. I used to be a gym rat, and on more than one occasion I've tried to resume exercising the way I used to. No sooner do I start to make progress that I wind up pushing just a little too hard and I hurt myself again, usually to the point of needing to completely stop exercising. I know that I have an all-or-nothing type personality, and it has been a big barrier, but I'm mindful of it, which helps, but only to a point, because my frustration makes me want to push harder. I've bought some light free weights to use at home, so with a limited selection I can only do so much and can only push so far. I'm hoping this will allow me to start doing some weight training again without the urge to up my weight too quickly. I do work outside on a daily basis in varying degrees of difficulty depending on what needs to get done with the horses, so I'm staying active, which is a good thing. I need to continue to improve my diet as well. I've cut out most of the fast food and takeout. I eat whole grains and fruits and only cook lean meats and good sources of protein. Now I'm working on motivating myself to eat more vegetables and eat my meals more consistently. I've started my food journal back up as my one way of improving my wellness this week. I'm a stress eater, so starting it back up has helped me stay on track this week with limiting my snacks. If there's one thing I hate, it's writing down something that isn't healthy in my food journal. So I really think hard about whether that handful of cookies or that bowl of chips is really worth it. Occupational, intellectual, and spiritual wellness are my strongest areas. I love my job. In fact, I love both of them. I may not be working as a holistic health practitioner at the moment, but I am always trying to help my friends and family if they need it. As a horse trainer and riding instructor, I'm challenged daily. I have a routine, but it's flexible and exciting. I get bored easily in most jobs, so this keeps me stimulated and motivated. Intellectually, I am always trying to learn new things. I completed my associate's degree in September in complementary alternative medicine and immediately started working on my bachelor's in health and wellness. I also challenge myself to learn something new each week outside of my schooling experience. Typically, I'll read about new training exercises for riding students and horses, or I'll research new studies being conducted on CAM and how it relates to the current healthcare setting. Spiritually, I take time to be grateful and to ensure that I live my life in a way that won't bring harm to others. I also try to think before I act or speak because I'm concerned with my karma and I don't want any of the negativity that I put out into the world to come back to me later on. I don't practice the mainstream religion, so I don't attend a house of worship regularly, though I do wish that I could. Instead, I take time daily to be thankful for my blessings and to realize that my struggles are not nearly as difficult as they may seem. It keeps me humble and appreciative of what I do have in life. I also try to meditate daily, though I haven't done it much these last few weeks. It's something that I actually need to get back to doing regularly. The seventh wellness dimension is social wellness, and it falls between being both my weak and strong points. I have strong social connections with my family, who I speak with on the phone almost daily. I also talk to my best friend daily, as we can share the most intimate and mundane issues with each other, as well as discuss more broad topics like current social issues. However, because both my boyfriend and I are working constantly on the farm, we rarely interact face-to-face with people outside of ourselves. We have been making an effort, though, to meet up with our friends more often and have extended an open invitation to them to come by whenever they want. So while I have the strong bonds with others and respect everyone's differences and tolerate them, I would like to connect more with a lot more people. This week I have learned that the concept of wellness is an ever-changing, lifelong process. All areas of our life must be balanced in order to achieve true wellness. Because of this need for balance, wellness is a fluid concept. It shifts and changes as our life takes us down different paths, which challenge different areas of our wellness. So we always have to remain vigilant, always try and maintain that balance, and always strive to be the best person that we can be.